Good morning, everybody. RV living with the geezer, and it's let's see, Wednesday morning. We're just Blanca and I are driving around a little bit. There she is, right there. But yeah, she was actually running around yesterday some, and I'm trying to keep her running too much with her heart ailment or whatever it is, but she was feeling good, so that's a big improvement. Yeah, she's doing a lot better. But, yeah, I just figured instead of stringing it out too long, we could go ahead and get another episode of that fire department deal in. It's like the other videos. It's not getting a whole lot of views, but once I start something, I like to finish it. So I guess the third it'd probably be 4 parts. The third one the second one I talked about the fire school. So the third one, I guess we'll talk. I got out of the fire school in December of '76, and I went around putting applications in all over. And I went back to work full-time for that ranch. And I got a job, I got a call. It wasn't until July that I got hired by Almas Park. And the fire chief down there, I'd given him my application. He interviewed me and all that several months before. But like I said before, they have to wait until they have an opening. So anyway, he hired me, and so I started like July 1st of '77 in 1977, not 1877. I'm not going back quite that far. But yeah, and I was there for about 3 years. But Almas Park is a suburb of San Antonio, and it's right down pretty close to the heart of San Antonio. It's a very rich area. I mean, your biggest names in San Antonio back then lived in Almas Park. Not so much now. But yeah, like I said last time, we started out, I think it was $600 a month. And we worked, 24 hours on and 48 hours off. So you work 10 shifts a month. And, but yeah, down there, those small departments, they try to get their money's worth out of their employees for sure. Because they would have the firemen, we had to dispatch the police at night. That's the one thing that I didn't like the most about it. They had a cot out in the day room, and the guy that had dispatch that night, he could go to sleep out there. But when the phone rang, which it rang continually all night, you'd have to wake up and go answer the phone and dispatch the police to where they needed to go. And it was better off just staying awake all night. It was crazy. So, but that was the biggest thing I didn't like about it. We only had 3 people working per shift. And sometimes somebody would be off, for one reason or another. You'd have like 2 people. We had mutual aid with Alamo Heights and another city down there called Terrell Hills. But I was there about 3 years, and the chief, my fire chief, he moved over to Castle Hills and became fire chief over there. And he said, "Hey, when I get an opening, would you consider coming over there?" And they didn't have to dispatch. I said, "Heck yeah!" So first chance he had, a guy that it was a bigger department, and. But yeah, but getting back to Almas Park, yeah, they had us doing everything. We go around and paint street lights, like if the city had a mailing they were going to put out to the citizens, they were so cheap there that they would, instead of mailing it, they would give it to the firemen, and we'd have to go door to door, all the citizens in the city. We would go door to door and deliver. I just missed my turn. I was going to go back a different way. That's no big deal. Yeah, we go door to door and deliver their pamphlets or whatever, and it was like junk that people would just probably throw in the trash, you know. But yeah, they said, well, if they're here and they're getting paid, we're going to get our money's worth, you know. It's like after your probation was over, I think the pay went from like $600 a month to like $725. So, I mean, we were really raking it in, if you know what I mean. But anyway, you know, I was able to work just like all firemen do. I was able to work part-time, you know, on my 2 days off. So, you know, I made a good living back then. Yeah, and I was renting, you know, I was single, and I was renting a house from my uncle, and he was charging me the grand sum of $25 a month for rent. And it was like let's see, it's like a 3-bedroom. It's way bigger than I needed. 2 of the bedrooms I don't think I ever even went in. Might have had something stored in them. But yeah, it was like $25 a month I paid him rent. And there was something wrong with the electric meter, and the biggest electric bill, it had window unit air conditioner. This is getting off the subject of the fire department a little bit. I don't have a whole lot to say about Almas Park, but it was just a job, you know. But yeah, oh, here we go. I didn't miss my turn a while ago. I'm not real familiar. This is a little community called Keeter. See that sign right there? Keeter. And I think all they have here is a church. They've got a little Baptist church, but it's just a back road that cut back to my son's place. It's pretty country back in here. But yeah, so we weren't all that busy there as far as fires go. We did have a couple of big ones that in older homes, but like I say, we had mutual aid, so you know, we got it handled all right. But anyway, so that about wraps up Almas Park. And yeah, oh, back to my electric meter. I'm jumping around this morning, sorry guys. But the biggest electric bill I ever got, and it had 3 window unit air conditioners in that house, was like $1.75. And back then, I would write a check for everything. There wasn't any, like, you know, it was all old school back then. So as soon as I knew something was wrong with that electric meter, of course, as soon as I would get that bill in, I would write a check and send it into it was called City Public Service that ran the electric company. It was, you know, you paid, and I'd send them a check. It didn't matter how much it was. Some months it would be like 87 cents, you know, and I'd write a check for like 87 cents, send it to the electric company. So I had it, man. I mean, you know, I was getting $725. Well, you know, before taxes and plus working on that ranch. So I was making $1,200 a month back then, single, and paying $25 a month rent. Yeah, tell me it's better now, huh? Yeah, tell me it's better now. I would be one that would argue that point with somebody. I actually had like what was called a savings account back then, and it would pay like 6% interest on your money. Yeah, see if you can find that now, huh? Yeah, isn't this pretty country back here? But that about wraps up Almas Park. Yeah, Chief Duggins called me, and I jumped at the chance, and that was in 1980. I went to work over at Castle Hills, and that'll be the next part. See, just lots of fields out here. The cattle, those are Angus. Those are Angus out there in that field. Blanca's got it all under control over on this side. So she's got to the right, and I've got to the left. Blanca, you let me know if there's anything exciting I can show the people over there. So these are natural gas storage tanks. Distribution little place. There's a lot of natural gas in this area, guys. Whole bunch of it. So, and I sure love these back roads though. Sure makes it nice. And as soon as I say that, then the truck passes by. That's a nice little log place up there on the hill. Oh, here, now we got all sorts of traffic once I started talking about it. I'll get up here to a wide spot in the road and put this video out of its misery. Yeah, we'll see how many views this one gets. But hey, yeah, that's gonna be part 3. And the next one I'll talk about is I was at Castle Hills for let's see, 22 years. So I got a little bit more to talk about there, Castle Hills. But yeah, guys, all right. Well, let me just pull over here, and peace to y'all, and stay blessed, stay positive. Just take one day at a time, and just be kind to people. Try your best. It's not really that hard. All right, Blanca, tell them bye, girl. Adios, my friends. Bye-bye.